Whoa. Hey. Whoa. Hey. We're back. We're back today for another episode and another addition to the hater rebuttals. Yes, we've got haters. I've been kind of keeping them in the background, letting them talk and letting them do what they want to do. And I've really not been worried about them because I'm just like, man, let them talk. Be like, I know my research. But it's cool to kind of do a little rebut that shit, you know? And it's cool. It's nice. It's fun. I don't like to talk too much trash. I'm not that type, really. But I'm sparking up. Hello. It's Power Inherent in the People. This is Cameron Wilson. You already know it's good. We're about to get into Balion's channel. Man, this dude's got a real push as far as people are concerned that are some mad haters. They are some of the meanest people I have seen in the world. It's kind of funny because they just come over and call me soft-hard and, you know, just all kinds of you're an idiot. And you need a mental evaluation. Like, they go crazy on me, bro. Like, they're mean. But it's like, you know, it's just a reflection of themselves, you know, like the hate and anger that they bear within themselves is what they project forward. So there's just a lot of sickness. There's a lot of hurt people in the world, to be honest with you. But regardless of that, I thought we'd get into that video real quick, just briefly, because this one's kind of a mic drop, right? It's not so much of, I could go through an abatement a little bit with y'all, but it's kind of just a mic drop. So I just wanted to do a quick mic drop on Balion real quick because he talks all this lingo. But apparently he doesn't know the process of the law, okay? Like true law, like foundational constitution, not that statutory shit. And if I briefly just get into it, just to tell you what's going on, well, let me, if I share, it's going to have to stay shared though, I think. Let me move this over. So let's put Balion back in check. He's got all these haters coming to my channel, so I guess it's time to address them too. They're so mean, bro. I don't know why y'all got to be so mean to people, man. Like, when cops do illegal things, like, prosecutors aren't going to back that up, just so you know.
Stop
what
moving.
are you doing? Are you seriously about to pull out your taser?
I'm an attorney.
He cuts out the point where I say right after this, I'm an attorney in fact, bro. He cuts it out. I can say I'm an attorney. I'm not saying I'm an attorney at law and I can represent people and I have a bar card, but I am a type of an attorney, which is an attorney in fact, bro.
Now you're in total violation. Big boy, get ready. Get ready.
Are you a sovereign citizen?
Can't pretend like this is a 5-year-old toddler thing. Like, hey, look.
It is, though. It is very so much like a 5-year-old toddler thing. And that's the problem. They don't understand that for you to ask me for my ID, I have to be in operation of said motor vehicle on the road. If I am parked off to the side of the road and I've been there for 10 minutes with my car off, I took a piss outside, I came back and sat in my car, the car's not even on, bro. And this trooper pulls up behind me for a welfare check and he thinks he's just going to tell me what to do without reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime whatsoever? No, that's not how this
is. I made a mistake. And
I didn't make a mistake. That's the point. I didn't make a mistake. I told him, no, I'm walking away. Get away from me. Do not harass me.
Now I'm all good.
Yeah, that's how this works. So let's see what Balion has to say about it.
Welcome back to the Balion channel, guys. Today we head back to Washington State for another how to get arrested in under 5 minutes and how not to behave in the back of a police car demonstration, courtesy of Right to Travel guru Cameron.
It's cool. I guess they give me the title guru. I'm not a guru. I think what we do is Operation Wise Dome. I'm just a host of this channel, first off, and Operation Wise Dome is a collective group of individuals, as far as Americans, that have come together into the Discord and have just presented their cases and said, hey, this is what I got going on. This is what I'm working on. This is what I'm doing. We meet up. We all talk about what they're doing, and people are just sharing their experiences all across the nation and getting dismissals like crazy. I don't think I'm a guru. Nobody thinks I'm a guru. Everybody just knows me as a host of this channel, like you're a host of your channel, and we present the information.
Right, let's get into the video.
5 can go without nothing.
So before homeboys are even in park, I'm out the car because I'm like, man, what this dude finna do, bro? I'm getting out my car. I ain't been driving. I'm parked off beside the road. Like, what's up, bro?
What's going on?
Regardless.
Nothing.
Okay,
You have license.
Wait.
Stop. Let me talk.
Whoa.
You have license plate covers. That's illegal in Washington.
I'm
Now get back
not-
in your car.
Dude,
Get back in your
call
car.
Sergeant.
Get back in your car.
I'm not going to take demands from you.
Get back in your car.
That's not how this
Get
works,
back
bro.
in, this is exactly how
No,
it
it
works.
doesn't. I have
Get back in
constitutional
your car.
rights. I'm not getting back in my car.
Good for you. Get back in your car.
I'm not obeying an unlawful command.
That is a lawful command. Get
No,
back in your car.
I'm not getting back in my car. Call your sergeant, dude. It's not okay.
See how it goes? So he pulls up and he thinks he can just talk to anybody and just demand they give ID now. He pulls up for a welfare check. Then he changes it up and says, oh, license plate covers. Even though you can watch him right here and now, they're not even tinted, bro. They're not tinted. They're covers to protect. Watch him read out in his car my license plate number.
As of 2025, all license plate covers, including clear, tinted, or plastic, are illegal in Washington state.
Now it says clear tinted are all illegal in Washington state. My car is not registered in Washington state. At this time, I'm not a resident of Washington state. You see what I'm saying? So how is one that is an Oregon resident to get notice to know that Washington state it's unlawful? There's no notice to me because I'm not a Washington resident. I'm not to know. I'm passing through. Okay.
Making the stop and the 11 orders to go back to his vehicle lawful.
He says, so just because of that statute, that then makes it lawful and legal for him to demand my ID and then to demand me to get back in my car. You can't demand me to get back into my car, bro. If I'm out of my car, I'm out of my car. You can't say get back in your car and that's lawful. That's not lawful.
The trooper now requests backup, but the stop goes way off the rails before they can get there.
Oregon insurance.
Oh, wait, there it goes.
399. Oregon Sam Lincoln 39921.
So you can clearly read the license plate. Cool. Dude starts harassing me now. He won't leave me alone.
I'm not leaving you alone. At this time, you're under arrest, sir, if you don't.
Because I'm in a public space minding my own business, not in the operation of any vehicle at said time. I'm not in no operation. You have no entitlement to just come up to me and then start requesting information. Now, if I'm on the roads in operation, cool. If I'm actively moving about, cool. But just being sitting there saying it's a welfare check and then escalating that welfare check into a demand as though it's lawful without no reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime being committed whatsoever, it doesn't apply like that, homeboy.
Stop this.
Enforcement can do both a welfare check and investigate violations of the law at the same time. It's called multitasking.
I'm not leaving you. Stop. Okay.
All right, let's de-escalate.
Good.
Remain silent. Yeah, that's not happening. I give him 2 seconds before he starts talking again. Also, the ADA, isn't that an act? The thing that you guys like to claim isn't the law when it comes to vehicle registration and driver's license.
Okay, so he says, when y'all talk about acts, do you think it's against the law? We go against the law. Nobody said we're against acts. But if an act is taking away a known right and then turning that right into a privilege and charging a fee and fare for said privilege, that would be unconstitutional. Yes. And if you can't fathom that, then there's an issue there with understanding the true depths of creator endowed rights, natural rights, and the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence for real. Like, you have a lack of comprehension. I'm sorry. I can help you with that. But if it infringes upon a right, then no, it's null and void, ab initio, home of Balion. If an ADA, American with Disabilities Act, is there to enforce and empower said disability and civil rights, then yes, that would be good. If hello, Come on, bro.
License requirement.
Don't blanket what you want to hear or interpret, right? Comprehend that it's only if it's in pursuance thereof of the Constitution. If things are against the Constitution or not in pursuance thereof, then they're null and void. It would be a deprivation of rights under color of law, Title 18, Section 242. That, again, would be a violation of the Ku Klux Klan Act. We've extensively covered this. I mean, in one of the most greatest, well-known orders coming from a judge in a long time in relation to the Ku Klux Klan Act and the deprivation of rights and how serious they are.
Yet here you are citing it as an authority when you think it might be beneficial.
I need to see.
I reserve all rights.
I need you to turn. You're under arrest.
For what? What
For
crime?
not providing me the information
I don't
that I
have
requested.
to. I'm
Yes.
reserving all rights. I don't have to give you
You're
anything.
under arrest. Turn.
Dude, stop touching me.
I haven't touched you once yet.
Then you're trying to harass me for what?
I am trying to arrest you now.
For what crime?
For not
There has
providing
to be probable
information.
cause and reasonable articulable suspicion.
Turn around right now.
Okay, so again, I'm being arrested for not providing information. Okay, and Balion will go through and make fun and do everything he needs to do as far as ridiculing my logic in relation to everything that happened here on this day. All these arguments and me telling this cop, bro, you messed up bad. Like, you know, the sergeant, y'all are wrong. Nobody wants to listen, right? Nobody wants to listen.
Charged with failing to identify his mugshot and fingerprints were taken, and he was released a few hours later on a $500 bond. And he followed through with his threat to sue the trooper. The last filing date was on October the 31st. Right, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like, share the...
Okay, so homeboy didn't let the people know, though, that there's a dismissal.
Yes, it is I, Cameron James Wilson.
Wait, let's reload this. I need to make sure that... There we go.
Cameron James Wilson of Power Inheriting the People. And go show y'all how it's done today in court, you dig? I just wanted to come and let y'all know I'm here at the Klickitat County Courthouse. Klickitat County's prosecutor, David Quisnaw, I believe. Rebecca Cranston has been beautiful. I mean, beautiful. Not only amazing, but should I say beautiful. Perfectly with everything that's done so far. Thus far, all we've done is sent over an affidavit in relation to the illegal and egregious actions by Trooper Schoenborn. He will be held responsible. I just got done talking to the lead prosecuting attorney over this matter, my matter here today. He's already letting me know that we're going to move for dismissal. That's why it's good to come in early, send in your affidavits, speak with people directly, including the district attorney, make your presence known, look sharp, come in respectable. They're going to respect you when you come right. So here in a little bit, we'll be getting the dismissal. I'll update y'all soon. Peace and blessings. I am.
Cameron Wilson.
Yes, sir. Wait, we're just going to dismiss without prejudice. What? So... So Balion.
All right, so Mr. Wilson, the state has moved to dismiss your charge without prejudice. I granted that motion. What that means is they're still free to refile the charge if they come up with additional evidence.
Legal mumbo jumbo, right? But hey, Balion, just wanted to let you know, bro, I don't even need to talk to you no more because you don't even let the people know that the case was dismissed.
For whatever reason, they don't.
You don't even let the people know the truth, bro. You won't even tell the full story, bro. You won't let the people know that all that trash talking you was doing, that the prosecutor immediately, I'm going to tell you like this, though. I'm going to, again, thank Rebecca Cranston, okay? Because from the very jump, every email that I sent over, she replied to, was very responsive, was very quick. You know, I mean, they provided everything in a very quick manner. I mean, it was March 24th, and we, you know, I requested on the 17th, and by March 24th, she had everything for me, you know. So I just want to say, Klickitat County here in Washington, y'all did an amazing job with everything. The sheriff's office has been pleasant as well. I know they got a really good sheriff down there as well in Klickitat. just an amazing experience all around within the judicial process as far as court is concerned. When you look at the situation, they play by the rules. Hey man, dude was sitting on the side of the road. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, yeah, you can't just be doing that to people. And once we let them know, hey, we're filing a civil suit, once we let them know we filing a civil suit, they was pretty quick to just go ahead and chill with that. And that's what was cool about the whole thing. I think I have the let me see. The affidavit. Yeah, it's right here. So the affidavit that I submitted, I just submitted the affidavit over to them. That's it. I told them what happened. Right? Told them exactly what happened. Request for immediate dismissal of charges, reservation of rights. That's all I sent in. And then communicated with them through email, like I just showed y'all. And they was on top of it. The first day I showed up, it was dismissed. It was gone.
So they're dismissed.
It was dismissed. Which is the next one. That's all I'm doing. I'm just making an announcement that today we got another dismissal. Thanks to power inherent in the people in Operation Wisdom. Yeah, Balion. So I don't know what to tell you, man. It's kind of a mic drop. You're saying gets a reality check from Washington State Patrol, but and you're mentioning the lawsuit, but you didn't mention the dismissal. Like, what dude did was completely illegal, homeboy. So to me, it's just like, I don't know what to do but mic drop on that one. Balion, step your game up, bro. Step your game up, bro. What he did was illegal, right? So that's, I mean, I don't know what else to say, right? Like, Valbon, you want to show your face? Say hello, because that one was a dismissal. It's illegal, bro, for them to do that. There's a lot of illegal things. There's due process of law here, man. And again, we got to start respecting that. It's not about, who's right, who's wrong. It's about true recognition and unity, again, of understanding that we are creations of the Creator, man, and we are due a lot of respect. We are due a lot of integrity, morality, and compassion from those that we actually pay for to make sure that we are safe, not to be punished. If you deserve what you did and you did what you did, then there's no doubt. If it comes down to these administrative rulings and then we're just gonna violate your rights all the way, bro, it's like, no, there's a process, man. And to get through that process, it tends sometimes to be hard because you know how many steps there are to obtain that threshold of constitutional protection and the boundaries that they are not to cross, essentially. And when it comes down to those rights, those are at the forefront. And you got to really remember and really understand your rights to privacy, really understand your rights to free speech, the association of your faith and belief in said faith, your association to due process rights, as far as everything, as far as procedure is concerned, to make sure that you're protected in all forms and fashions. It's like when you look at these things, you're looking at the intent of it all. And I think sometimes what people are not looking at is the intent. It's like, okay, there's an actus reus there, but there must be a guilty mind as well, which is the actus reus and mens rea, guilty mind and a guilty act. There must be both of those. And intent really is everything. And with one having the intent, knowledge, I would think wisdom within myself. That's why they say they want to call me a right to travel guru. But it's just the knowing truly within myself that, like, if I'm really an American, and there's so much case law that shows that, like, there's a distinguishment between the right to travel and driving, and then it's defined all over the place to where it's not like we cherry pick. It's looking at the exact terms that are utilized all across the spectrum. You can get a real good sound mind of like, okay, well, this is what it is. And so if we're getting to the point of saying, okay, this is the comprehension that you're free, but yet there's regulations. Those regulations are the speed, safety, caution, traffic lights, things of that nature, etc. Then why then is there a license being imposed? It's like, that's the involuntary servitude right there. That's where the involuntary servitude comes into play. And it's like you don't want to fall into that involuntary servitude. Like, I'm being forced now to get a driver's license, when the driver's license is not the key component to if one is driving with speed, with caution, with safety. And that's what kind of bugs me, is it's that the driver's license doesn't make you a better driver. Having said driver's license, whether it's valid or invalid, is not the reason why I'm getting tickets. The reason I'm getting tickets is because I don't have said license. Said license, the constraints and contracts that's being imposed upon you is by duress or coercion, right? If you don't have that, then you have to pay a fine. If you don't pay that fine, you go to jail. And it's like, but that driver's license does nothing for me. Like, it's not making me a better driver. It's not making me a worse driver. It's just a chain to the system to extort money from me. And this is the problem. I get into the deeper philosophy of looking at things. And when people just say, okay, just do it. Hey man, I get you. It's not much money. That's not the point. The point is always, if we're truly free, I have the right to say no on certain things. Things are voluntary. It's a voluntary system. And when they say, okay, well, yeah, you can volunteer to do it, not all you want, and you'll get arrested, that mentality to me is not American. That's not God's law, y'all. That's not equity. That's not the Constitution, bro. That's totally against. If you think that's for the Constitution, that's crazy. Because you're not even supposed to get arrested by the Constitution unless there's a warrant with a verified complaint under oath or sworn affirmation, bro. You understand the depths of this, right? This is like, that's why they say a warrantless arrest, it must like occur in front of the officer, and it must be some like egregious crime. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes down to it, it's looking at the overlay that's kind of like being imposed upon just sound logic, man. If you're free, you're free. If you're not, you're not. If you're saying, oh, well, the public policy and the statutes are put forth to impose safety, and public health and well-being, okay, well, if I'm never getting pulled over for any like true moving violations like speeding or any kind of safety or caution, like no, I abide by the rules of the road. So what am I being pulled over for? Like, you're saying it's license tinted plates. You're saying it's not registration, not insurance. There's no wrecks, bro. I mean, I'm 10 years in, no wrecks, no claims, like just out here minding my business, doing pretty good. So what is all this about? It's about you don't have a driver's license. And I think that's kind of the whole point of seeing how much one can take for standing up for a right. Not doing it necessarily in ill will. We see that I just got the dismissal, Balion, this one you just reported on me on. You fail to tell all your people that what this guy actually did was illegal, and that's why the, prosecutors decided to immediately drop it on the day of arraignment. I mean, we have to start speaking facts and present the information again properly, like we did this morning with Sergeant Curtis. I'm just saying we have to look at each other again like, yo, you're not just a number and dollar sum. You're not, you're invoking equity. You're invoking your religious understandings. You're invoking natural rights, maxims, and doctrines. You're speaking forth from that knowing inner capacity that I am part of this. I'm a creation of the creator, bro. Like, I'm not a slave, bro. You can't just be like, I'm forcing you to do this, and if you don't do it, you're going to jail and you're paying a fine. Bro, that is the definition of slavery, my dude. That's not okay. I don't know how else to say it. They laugh and they say my ignorance and you're this and you're that. Bro, you can say what you must. Say what you will about me. I am what I am, but I believe that God has placed it upon me to bring forth a new spirit of comprehension about who we are and how we're treating each other within our society, bro. Like America is so much greater than what we have become and or what we are continuously to divulge ourselves into as a nation, bro. Like we're spending money on all these other things except what matters the most. We're putting money into initiatives that don't even have our country looking greater than all of the other countries around the world. Yet we still, for some odd reason, after being in all this debt, retain the world being the world reserve currency. Like, bro, what a blessing. Why aren't we putting it to use here in our country, bro? Why ain't we reinstating the Homestead Act? Why ain't we enforcing traffic law reform to put money back into the people? You know how much money New York is getting? I think, yo, let me check this. I was doing the research. Hold on real quick. I was doing the research for New York for the traffic law reform. Okay. And as I'm doing the work, I don't think that one's it though. Let me see. Doing the work on the traffic law reform bill, I think it was a lot. It was like in the billions, bro. It was billions upon billions. It was over, I think it was like 200 and something billion, bro, in relation to how much money New York was getting just from infractions across the board, traffic violations. Okay. Reform is a trick. It's not a trick. It's a move from a system that's already in place to a more true and free system. Okay. You issue a lifelong license. Okay. But it's an independent exempt license if you're privately traveling. If you're in commerce, there's an issue there, bro. But if you're privately traveling, that bad boy should be long-term, bro. You shouldn't have to renew it. The only thing you should have to be worried about is said infractions in relation to caution, speed, safety, speed limits, traffic lights, all of those good things, right? Staying within the lanes, all of abiding by the roads, the yields, the stops, the turn signals, like abiding by all of that. Okay. Then you get a plate that's exempt as a private traveler if you're using said car just for private leisure travel. It stays distinct with you. That plate is easily transferable to another vehicle, lifelong, bro. Just issue another of the same type. I'm transferring it over. You keep that boy lifelong. What's so wrong with that? If you're only using it for private travel, what's so wrong with that? That ends the administration side of things, right? Your registration. That ends the side of driver's license, right? There's two things you can eliminate right there that still keeps everything in place. You let me know what is truly what is the issue with one, whether one has in their status they driver's license or not. If they don't speed, if they don't cause caution on the roads, if they don't violate the rules of the road, what is the difference? One imposes one's will upon the people to pay, or you go to jail. The other is just saying, I'm free, and when I violate said rules of the road, then bring forth a claim. I'm not seeing why we seeing backwards here. Why do I got to be extorted before I even violate said rules of the road? If you can make me understand it, I'll start to understand that. But I can't understand how me just privately traveling because it says I have a right to be on those roads for public vehicular travel. I mean, it says it. It's the definition of street or in road and avenue and boulevard. So Balion, I just wanted to let you know, even though you tried to ridicule me on this saying I just got arrested, that illegal arrest, okay, was based Well, on just what it was, illegal. That's why I was dismissed immediately. Thank you all for being here again for another episode and a hater rebuttal. We will do these as I come across more, as we find more of them. We will continue to rebut those who would just like to ridicule. And we'll just stand in truth. Like, I'm not a guru. I'm just an American, bro, standing up for a liberty that has been long standing in this country before it was ever known as America. I love y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Later.